Welcome to the Nerd Party.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Second Contact, a Star Trek Lower Decks commentary podcast. My name is Charlene Schmidt, and with me, as he is for every episode of this journey, is
Tristan Riddell.
Tristan Riddell. Have we got a great episode to commentate on this week? I don't know about you, but I knew this one was coming for a long time. Like, they teased in a trailer, they've been talking about it. Nothing specific, just like, oh, this thing is going to happen. And if you know, you know.
Yeah, I wasn't as in tune as everybody else. Like, I knew that there was going to be like a Deep Space Nine reference. Like, I knew that, like, I didn't know how deep into Deep Space Nine it was going to go. Like, I thought it was just going to be
True.
Like they like hook up and then leave or so. I don't know. I don't know what I thought. Like, it was just kind of, oh, you know, Deep Space. It was just kind of like how Lower Decks always makes its references. It's just like, oh yeah, there's going to be a presence. They're going to talk about this. They're going to talk about that. But I had no idea that the entire episode was going to take place on that spoken wheel in the sky. You know, like
Right? Yeah, that's actually a good point. It could have easily been a pit stop. We could have just gotten a couple of references like, oh, there's Quark, and oh my gosh, there's Morn, and blah, blah, blah. But no, we get a full day. And I've barely scrolled through Twitter since last night. And already I am seeing people say, this is my favorite episode of the season or ever, or it's immediately jumping up people's charts.
Yeah, the nostalgia factor, I feel like we say this every single week, but the nostalgia factor is turned up to 11 on this one. But at least it's integrated into the story. Yeah.
Well, yeah, this one I think really hits it in every satisfying way. They're not going overboard with the references, but it definitely hits those nostalgia feels, and it's its own story, and it's also a little bit of continuation of Deep Space Nine. Sort of.
It is. You know. It is. And they're not giving us anything revelatory here. Like, we know that Quark has a franchise. We know that he's expanded. He's doing well. Like, you know, everybody's favorite Ferengi has finally found prosper. Has prospered, I should say. And and just like the introduction, the reintroduction to Kira, like, I literally gasped like a child when she just walked on screen. That's all she did. She just walked off of the turbo lift and on screen I went, oh
my gosh. I was so excited because last week I predicted of all the DS9 characters we would see, Kira was at the top of my list.
Yeah.
Like, she's got to be the one that they get. If anybody else, it's got to be her. So I feel pretty good about that.
And of course, Shax and Kira. Well, you know what? Let's just get started. Let's do this.
We should just get into this. We have so much cool stuff to talk about. Okay, so if this happens to be your first episode of Second Contact listening to us, here's what we do is if you want to watch along with us, queue up Paramount Plus or however you watch Star Trek Lower Decks, get past the whole thing where the Cerritos swirls on by. We're at a black screen, and I'll count you down. 3, 2, 1, play. We all hit play at the same time. And then off we go. And of course, if you're driving, eyes on the road, please. Do not watch at the same time.
Just listen. It'll be entertaining either way.
That's right. We do our best. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. I also feel like we don't have to do the episode description for this one because it's so short and we've already talked about they spend a day on DS9. That is exactly what the description for this episode says.
It's literally the Cerritos crew unexpectedly spends a day on Deep Space Nine.
Oh, cool. So they added unexpectedly. That's good work. Good work. Okay. Let's do this thing. 3, 2, 1, play.
Beautiful. I always forget that I would love to get like a structure of the ship. Like, I want blueprints so bad of the Cerritos.
Right? Yeah. I'm a little confused as to what exactly is where.
So we got Romulan ale, Ryzian Cabernet, and
right?
Aldebaran whiskey.
How many seconds? Let's see, if just like 20, and we've got to pause and get a screenshot. But that's Lower Decks for you. Yeah.
So we've seen this admiral before. I can never remember his name. I know they just
said it. Yes, we have. What is it? Oh shoot.
It's gone.
Yeah, sorry. Can't think about it right now.
But I do like that Lower Decks brings on the same admirals, routinely brings on the same admirals like they did in previous shows. Just like,
Exactly.
especially in TNG.
Right. It reminds me exactly of that.
And so they're talking about, I love that we're getting a Dominion War reference. We're getting Gamma Quadrant stuff. It's about,
setting it
they're
up.
calling it post-war, like they're trying to bridge those connections. And we get the
Yes.
hero shot
And this is where Deep
of
Space Nine
Terok Nor.
fans just melt. You hear the DS9 music, the first visual we get of DS9, and it is beautiful. Not gonna lie. And I laughed my ass off at them just like going around the station, just like in the theme. Also,
And
kind of
it's
like that Lower Decks inside baseball reference of them with the ship, where it went
at a
way
Crisis
too
Point.
long. Yeah.
Yes. This was very much like Crisis Point, and just the fact that Ransom said, like, just circle around and pretend to be in awe, and then they cut back to them on the bridge. Music is
Just
dead,
keep circling.
and then it kicks back in. It's just hilarious.
It's so
My parents don't
perfect.
watch Lower Decks, but I think I'm going to send them that opening clip.
Oh, I think if anything can entice them to watch an episode of Lower Decks, it's this. This
Yeah.
right here. Make them watch this episode, if nothing else.
Because they're huge Star Trek fans. They're just not really into adult animation. Like, it's just not their bag.
Not their thing? That's too
Yeah.
bad because Lower Decks is so good. But
I know.
yeah, it's all right. We can't, not everybody can like everything. That's just not the way it is.
Now, one thing that I thought, or at least I think would have been fun as a reference, is how in the opening, the wormhole opens and then shuts.
Uh-huh.
I would have loved for Ransom to make a reference like, why did the wormhole just open?
Yeah.
like
right? There's no
like
ship.
no one's going through it. What's going on?
Yes.
I would have loved to have gotten a reference like that.
We couldn't have even gotten the Defiant or something coming through there just for shits and giggles. I don't know. But
Well, I think
that's being demanding.
That's being demanding. But then also, we don't know. Do they still have the Defiant?
Maybe
Did it
not.
move on? I think they were probably smart in not tying the Defiant down to Deep Space Nine because, we don't know where it is right now.
This is true. It could be anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
What's kind of fun is just hearing everybody kind of like fanboying and fangirling about Deep Space Nine the same way we would fanboy and fangirl about Deep Space Nine.
I think that's one thing that really, it took me a couple episodes to get used to that vibe of Lower Decks in season 1 when they started fanboying out about the people we would, like giggle about and like squee about, because like Starfleet's best of the best is what we see. And they see and they're seeing the same stuff. They're seeing the most famous people of Starfleet, just like we're watching them. And so they're going to be engrossed in their lives and their stats. And like they are the celebrities of their day within Starfleet.
Right.
And
the
so
Lower
of course
Deckers are us.
Exactly. So of course they're going to be obsessed with Cisco and Kira and, like Worf during the Dominion War and the Prophets and everything like that. Yeah, of course.
They hear all about it the same way we do. Now, I was very concerned after this scene we just saw with Mariner and Jennifer. I thought Mariner's so uncomfortable that I wonder if she's trying to maybe break up with Jennifer. Maybe things aren't going so well. Maybe she's not into it. But she's just nervous about meeting her friends.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this was the moment, like right when Kira walks on. I'm just like,
oh my gosh. It really is good to see her again. My gosh. And then the moment you hear Nana's voice, that was my squee moment.
She has been a voice actress on a lot of Seth MacFarlane shows, like Family Guy, American Dad, Cleveland Show, and everything like that. Yeah, I think she either knows Seth MacFarlane or is friends with him because he's a huge Star Trek fan. And
of course.
So oftentimes he'll get Star Trek alum to come on, of course, like with Patrick Stewart on American Dad. But it's always been nice to hear her pop up consistently throughout those shows. And so when I heard her here, it just warmed my heart. And one thing is like, when it's been years since we've seen these characters, and then you hear their voices and you're like, oh, okay, that's right. Time has passed. You can hear how their voices changed through age and everything like that. I think some people might be like, it might break the reality for them, but for me, I'm just like, oh, it's like coming back, and it's like they've passed the
Yeah.
time with you. You know, I don't know.
It doesn't bother me in the least.
No.
And honestly, I think Nana sounds pretty close to how she sounded 20 something years ago, which is pretty freaking good if you ask me. Now with Armin Shimmerman, he does sound a little different, and I'm wondering,
Yes.
I saw somebody on Twitter say it was a Discord server. They were talking, well, maybe did he put the teeth in and maybe he's not used to them, or is he trying to pretend he has the teeth in and like he's not used to it?
That's a solid question, because Shimmerman definitely did sound different, but then it's been decades, and people's voices change, and
can't fault him.
But I wonder. I bet you that's right. I bet you it was the teeth.
It's the
that
damn
he didn't
teeth.
have.
Yeah, you killed.
I remember one time at a convention. Sorry, I just heard what you said. One time I was at a convention, and Shimmerman and please forgive me, folks. The actor who played Rom,
Max
I cannot
Grenenchik.
remember his name. Thank you. They were both speaking at the convention, and somebody asked if they could get Grodenchek to give a moogie, and he,
yes,
the guy was very nice about it when he asked, and Grodenchek was very generous and said that he'd do it, but like he was prepping himself, and there was a little bit of a lull. And Shimmerman kind of chimes in and says, listen, Max is a perfectionist. If he's going to do this, he's going to do it right. And he doesn't have the teeth, so he's got to figure out how to do it. And it was just really interesting to kind of get that behind the scenes just in something as simple as saying Moogie.
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty
Bold
cool.
Boimler.
Bold Boimler. Oh my gosh. He's kind of at a high in this episode, Bold Boimler. Something tells me that after this, his luck's going to run out.
But at the end of the episode, it didn't. I kept expecting him to lose it all, but he never did.
Which is why it's going to happen in the next episode. Just by law of averages. But how bad is it going to hurt him? I just hope he's not going to die. Not to be a downer, but like, kick his butt. Certainly take him down a few pegs here, because he's really thinking highly of himself at this point. But I love Bradward.
So what did you think about seeing another Orion and interacting with Tendi? How did you feel about that when you first saw him?
I don't necessarily care, but what was interesting about it was Tendi's reaction was kind of indifference and, oh, I don't really want to do this.
Yeah, especially with him being so pro-pirate.
Right,
and
which we know is not really her thing, even though she comes from a family of pirates.
Yeah, it was nice to see that continuation of her feeling towards piracy and the stigma on Orions, and I know that they came with a joke last time where she's like, we haven't done that for like 3 years, guys.
Yeah, right. But the fact that this guy is so overbearing, he is so annoying. He's the last person you want tagging along with you for sure.
So what did you think of the salon?
I can see why Mariner was not into this. It's not her kind of people, but these are Jennifer's friends. They don't have to be her friends.
I very much had a situation like this with a girl that I dated in college, where she brought me in and said, like, you need to meet my friends. And they were all women, and there was about this many, and we all sat on the floor like this, and they all like just bombarded me with intimate and personal questions. It was like I was being interviewed. It was it was so similar to this, and I think they were doing like some sort of craft. It was insane. Like, I have been through this situation.
Okay, so this is like a whole thing among female friend groups that I have missed out on my whole life, because a lot of my friends are guys, and then the few female friends that I have, like, we don't do this. So if this is a thing, I have not been aware of it until just this moment today. This
is a very common experience, but not a universal one by any means.
Okay, yeah, I don't know if I would be into this particular kind of bonding activity. I love the idea of a pajama party. Sure, let's do that.
Oh, yeah.
But candle
like
making and
candles.
interpretive dance, we can skip that part. We can just start hitting the liquor and having a good time.
So one thing that I was actually going to mention at the beginning of the show before we hit play was I love that they built in Shax and Kira having a pre-existing relationship, because you can totally see them in the Resistance together.
100%. I'm so glad they made that a thing. And it's a cute thread throughout the episode where they're trying to one up each other. I owe you. No, I owe you. Blah, blah, blah. Of course they would. Of course they're going to get competitive about that.
So we're coming up on my absolute favorite moment in the episode, and maybe one of my favorite moments of the entire show.
Wow.
Lower
Okay.
Decks, is with Rutherford on the second floor, and all we see are his feet dangling in the background.
Yes!
And he goes, Tandy, look at me. Look at me.
There it is. Yes. Did you get serious Jake and Nog vibes off of that? Because I did.
Oh, of course. And then later on, when we get Tindy gets all maternal and is like, get down here right now.
Yeah, notice that she's asserting herself more and more. Like, we're seeing that as a trend. It just keeps happening, though. I love
Boimler
how
dangling his coin purse.
loves his not coin purse. It's what is it? A clutch.
A clutch.
Yes,
it's a clutch.
It's a clutch, and it's purple like his hair.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Great.
Like everything about this episode is just like so fun. Like I don't know. It's 26 minutes of pure happiness. And I know for diehard Niners, this is like a dream come true.
Oh, yeah. I have a few friends who watch Lower Decks who are like, Deep Space Nine is their show. Like, that is Star Trek to them, is Deep Space Nine.
Yeah.
And while I absolutely love Deep Space Nine, I can't say it's my favorite. But like, if you ask me like on a Thursday, I'd say a Thursday afternoon, I might say, yeah, sure. It's great. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah. I mean, hey, look, I love DS9 too, but is it my favorite? No, I can't say that. Because we all know which ones are.
Yeah.
Pretty biased.
This scene kind of made me realize I need to buy the Ritos t-shirt.
Oh, you absolutely should.
Yeah.
It's comfortable. I've worn mine, gosh, I don't know how many times now. It's holding up nicely. Well worth it. It's one of the few things you should be buying in the Star Trek merchandise store right now.
How lazy is the the sweater that the host is wearing? Like I'm going to describe. It's just a white sweater with a gold Delta shield in the center, like a big gold Delta shield in the center. That's it. Why?
You know what? Okay, my backstory on this is like that was like they were trying to clear out that inventory, so she got it at some sort of like a discount or bribed or whatever Starfleet does since they don't technically use money. Like, here, would you just take this? Okay, fine. If you're giving me clothes, you can always recycle it in the replicator.
We totally do that at work. Like I work for a major university and we have out of date or branded material that we need to get rid of. We're just like, here you go. Give this to your kids.
Right. Out with the old, in with the new.
So what surprises me about Quark franchising out is that he's still personally running the one on Deep Space Nine.
Right. Don't you think he'd be going around from each store to store, basically like the district manager of our day, making sure everybody is doing their thing properly?
I think at the very least he'd be doing that, or he would be working at some sort of administrative place, like where where this is the first one, but it's become just a franchise. So
yeah, or
why
he's
isn't he at a
just
place where he can run all of
raking in
them?
the profit, doesn't have to do crap. But here's one possibility: is maybe he enjoys the attention this has all brought him. Like a lot of people are taking their photo with Quark now. Maybe he likes that, so he's got to be present somewhere, and the best place is here.
You know what? That's solid reasoning. That's what I'm going to go with.
Okay, that's in my headcanon.
So I do like that they're different colors of green, like they're different shades.
Yes. Yeah, that is pretty cool. Have we actually seen a whole lot of it? Like, I guess technically yes, technically no, but...
Well, there was a holodeck program where we were on Orion, and we saw a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot all about that. I really, really, really need to rewatch all of Star Trek. Wow. That's so much time.
I'm currently doing that right now. Like I'm doing a Golden Age rewatch from TNG up to Enterprise, where I just put it on shuffle.
Cool. How's that going?
It's going great. It really is. Like, it's just like, I mean, I know it's simple to say, but you're just like, oh man, I always forget how much joy this brings me until you go back to it.
Right. Well, it's like rewatching it all over again, even though it feels familiar when you haven't watched it in several years. Like, you know what happens, but all of those little moments are just like, oh, they're so charming all over again.
So I do okay. So they're arguing over the Quark's 2000 replicator, and I think we are all able to guess why he's being so defensive around these people.
Of
'Cause he
course,
stole
it's
the
always
technology.
this.
But I do like that Ransom brought up. He's like, can't people just replicate what they want? Like,
Yeah, but no. Blah, 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 blah. Also, I couldn't help but appreciate like Quark 2000. Like 2000, for whatever reason, is always like that benchmark of, ooh, it's
Yeah.
super, super premium hot future. Ooh.
it's like even with even in Harry Potter, they have the Nimbus 2000 with the
Right?
with the brooms.
Even in the 21st century, this is still a thing. And the 24th.
I love that they went back to Kira's butch buzzed cut.
Right.
On her-
Because
on
when
her
we
hair.
left off on DS9, it was just a little bit past her ears.
Yeah,
That
So
was her
she's-
best
she-
look, though.
she was
The
going
short
back
hair.
to the classic.
Yeah. Good for her.
Good for her. I love that cut on her, and it's I love Tendy's cut with the shaved, and everything like
Right?
that. That would have
And
been
then
interesting.
swoop.
Like if Kira like matched that, where she just like shaved her head, kind of like
Yeah,
Tendy. Like
Kira
that's
could
the
do
in-
that.
That's the in thing right now. In
It
the
kind of, I mean,
in the
yeah, for like
Federation.
modern Star Trek it is, because Detmer also has the side shave.
Oh yeah, definitely. So we know that Bajor becomes a member of the Federation eventually because of what we see. Is it in Picard? It's in Picard. Yes, we see it in
Yeah.
Picard, where so obviously like Picard's after this. So somewhere, but so somewhere between now and Picard is where they become a member of the Federation. I would love
Yeah.
to. I would love to see it. I want to see it. I don't want it referenced. I want to see it.
Right? Where and when can we make that happen?
Yeah.
Because we're kind of skirting all over the place around it.
I mean, I think this would be a good opportunity. Lower Decks would be a great opportunity to do that.
Yeah. Maybe a season or two down the line.
Yeah.
Because,
yeah.
like, I don't know, with the timeline chronologically, would that be
I
the
think-
proper time?
I'm
I don't know.
I'm so bad at keeping the dates in order, but I think Lower Decks is like 20 years before Picard.
Something
Am I
like
wrong
that,
in
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe not 20. I don't know. I have to look it up. I'm sure I'm way off.
I don't know. One of my very favorite scenes just happened in this episode where Mariner has had enough and is finally being herself. And she just like goes full on out, stands on the table and just says, "All right, MFers," fires the phaser and everything. It's set to stun. But
And she's shooting in
Jennifer
the air.
loves it. She's stunning all of her friends. Just, yeah, get him.
And as Mariner's running around, she's saying, "I'm just actualizing my dreams."
Right? They should find that relatable.
So many great one-liners in this episode.
Like always, Lower Decks is always so good about a good handful of memorable quotes in every single episode.
Now, here we find out that Mesk is like the Worf of the Orions, where
Total
he's raised by
faker.
humans on Earth in Cincinnati, no
And
less.
he's from Cincinnati. For some reason, I love that. I can just imagine this guy growing up in Ohio.
It's just so Midwest. I think that's why. It's just so it's I don't know. It's not unique like in Russia with Worf, but
Right. Yeah, it's just middle America.
yeah,
It's
Middle
fine.
America, Midwest, Cincinnati, Ohio, like
Yeah.
beautiful.
The poor guy. He's kind of got like that inferiority complex going on.
But like Worf did the same thing like when he was younger. Like he had to like overcompensate.
Yeah.
And we see that in early TNG where he's just like super Klingon and but
Yeah.
he hasn't actually spent that much time around Klingons at all.
Right.
This is an amazing part of the episode when Tendi kicks into pirate mode.
Right. Like she really could be a pirate if she wanted to. She's got the skills.
And please forgive me, listeners, but this section was just so damn sexy. Like just
It's because you love Tendi.
I do love Tendi, but the way she just like knees the dude in the face and it's like in slow motion, it's like super anime style. I just love
It is. Yeah. It's really good animation. I'm glad they made that choice.
Like, shh, I'm pirating.
Yeah. It was pretty genius to make the door open with the weapon the way that it did. That was pretty
And
cool.
apparently it was the wine opener setting.
Hey, and you know what? She knew that was a thing and it worked. Good on her.
Yeah, this whole sequence is great because whenever we get to see Tendi shine with her technical skills or her ferocity, sorry, I said that wrong. It's just because she's so
it.
Yeah, she's just so polite and she's worried about the rules all the time, but then when she gets to break out and do something crazy and actiony, I love it.
Yeah, and she's doing that more and more. I suspect that the end of this season ends with her getting that promotion. And how does that shake everything up? We've talked about it before, but it just really seems that's her trajectory for sure. She's ready.
I am
Jennifer
glad that we're
likes
getting
chaos.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you'd have to in order to be in a relationship with Mariner.
It's true. It's true. And we get their first, the first kiss we see of this couple before they stun themselves onto the table.
And then the lights come
Which
back
is
on.
Somehow sweet. I don't know
I feel
why.
like stunning yourself at point blank range can't be good for you.
You're probably going to be out for a while. Might have a little bit of a hangover effect, I'd guess. Probably nothing you can't fix with a hypo spray.
I do love that they kept Quark pure to his character. It was like we weren't abducting him, we were arresting him.
Yes. And I do appreciate the costume. Just the fact that he's still wearing this jacket after all this time. Like, becoming a wealthy franchiser has not changed his attire one bit.
Like, I'm pretty sure that's the jacket that I have on his action figure. I could be wrong, but it feels like it is.
Probably is.
And we see
Now,
Dr.
76% of all the franchise's profit, that's a lot.
That's insanity. Like, that number's way too big. Like, it was distractingly big.
Yeah, like, Quark is almost like back in the poorhouse at this rate. Even though he has a lot of franchises going on, that's way too much. Way too much.
And I love that they brought back this squeaky scream Quark like every once in a while. Like that Ferengi squeal is amazing.
I appreciated that too.
And of course Mariner owes Quark money.
Of course she does.
That's classic Mariner.
And yet she totally knows how to play him like a violin. We get the reference to the Kira with Quark's head hollow program. Oh my. Was not expecting that in this episode.
This was the moment with Kira and Quark that makes you realize this is Lower Decks Kira and Quark.
Right, where she's running around chasing him.
She climbed up on the bar, started chasing him around. Like, that wouldn't happen in Deep Space Nine, but it does happen on Deep Space Nine in Lower Decks.
Yes. What did you think of Boimler choosing Quark's bucks over actual Gold Plus Latinum?
I think it's hilarious.
For his prize. Because, like, dude, you dummy. But he's so
it's
happy.
Way better than him losing it, To me, I'd rather that, because that's such a Boimler move where he's like, oh yeah, we don't even use money in Starfleet. And they're like, what?
But it's also the safer move, if you ask me. And
then we see him go in front of the screen.
Oh, I love that detail so much. He's a little blurry, but you can see he's just decked out in Quark's gear. He bought the whole store. I love Rutherford and Tendi so much. Their friendship just, man, the more we get to see it, explore it, just the more endearing it is. And we're ending on a rule of acquisition. Mwah.
Beautiful.
So good.
And that spinning wheel. I don't remember that much gold on Deep Space Nine, like yellow. I don't remember that much.
Oh. Yeah. Nah, I'm not sure.
So
maybe that's just an animation choice.
What was your favorite part from this episode?
Whew. Honestly, it might have been just them running the ship around the station, a la the theme. That made me laugh so much. That was really great.
Yeah.
But also seeing Kira again, her introduction really was cool. So, like, I think those have to be tied for my top 2. How about you?
Oh, like I said, the Rutherford with his legs dangling
right.
over like Jake and Nog.
Yeah, that might be like the most subtle but great reference they have made in Lower Decks to date. Really,
Just
so
just
clever.
him begging Tendy to look up, and he's like, "Look at me, Tendy, Tendy."
You know, the only thing that would have made that even more is like then we eventually cut to him. He's eating a jumja stick or something.
Something like that.
But it's okay. We can't have it all. This was still really freaking good. And I see why
there
it's an
you have-
instant classic for a lot of people.
Oh, absolutely. Instant classic. And
yeah.
there
I
you
mean,
have
it ranks
folks.
high up for me too.
Beautiful.
I don't know if it's like, I don't know if it'll end up being a number 1. Maybe for the
No.
season, we'll see, because we haven't seen it all. But
No, Crisis Point is still my number 1.
I love Crisis Point. I love Wei Juge. That's a great episode. Yeah, but it's up there. It's up there probably in that top 5 right now, with a little bit of recency bias. All right. And with that, we're done with the show. We did it again.
That's right. So go to thenerdparty.com for all of our previous episodes, as well as our other shows that are coming at you on the network. And you can find us on Twitter at Join Nerd Party. You can find me personally on Twitter at The Inside Robin.
And you can find me at Oh the Profanity.
Join the revolution. Join the Nerd Party.